Peace and greetings. Peace and greetings. I wonder if it'll look better without the light. Is that too dark? Okay. Put it on my ring light. Even though I wasn't here at the start, I wanted to come and make sure that I hit that start button on time because I already shared that I would be jumping on here live. So what would it be like if I said I was jumping on here live and I didn't show up live at the time I said? That would be an abomination. That would be not okay. You dig? The good thing about having a teenage daughter or a young adult is that they have beauty products that you can borrow. mm, okay. All right. Peace and greetings. If you are watching and you haven't already hit subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel now. You remember Miss Cleo? She used to be like, coming out for your free tarot reading. Okay, you have to be a certain age to know Miss Cleo. But yeah, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It is Goddess Queen Jamila here. I are here. And I am here today to talk about a subject that I started earlier and I've not finished. We're talking about relationships, you all. We're talking about relationships. Like, we're literally talking about relationships. And I want to tell you that you have been bamboozled. If you are a woman who has been centering men, if your relationships have been about men, if your relationships have all been geared towards you building with a man, then you have been bamboozled, my dear. And I am going to explain exactly why. So if you're watching, please like the video. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, give thanks and praise. But we're going to talk today. I started out the conversation earlier and my live got cut. So here I am back again, round two. And I am talking to you because every single day that I'm online, I constantly see that we as women, particularly Black women, have been bamboozled. And when I say bamboozled, I mean we have been taught as women holistically, not just Black women, but we've been taught to place all of our energy into the opposite sex. Oftentimes the way that media is set up, the way that propaganda is set up, the way life is set up, we have centered men. Men have been at the center of our interest. Greetings, our interest and our goals. Our goals have included men. And that's not to say anything is wrong with including men as part of your goals. I'm definitely not here for a same-sex agenda or any of those things. But what I am saying is that we've been bamboozled because that's not in accordance with the correct pecking order. And the way that I know this is because nowadays what we are seeing is that so many Black women are screaming out that they don't have friends. Don't have friends, don't have relationships, don't have the sisterhoods, don't have the support. And the reason you don't have support is that because you chose to put your energy and your attention into relationships that could not serve you long term. They couldn't give you what you was giving. They couldn't give you what you needed in terms of support. Now, I got my little talking notes. I'm going to be using my little talking notes and blah blah blah. But today the topic is really centered around you understanding that Black women, as a Black woman, the biggest and most important relationship in your life is with that of another Black woman. As a Black woman, the biggest and most important relationship in your life is that with you and another Black woman. All right? The sisterhood that you exhibit, the sisterhood that you pour into, the sisterhood that you nurture is the most important relationship in your life. That's it. That's the speech. If you came for the speech, if you came for the lecture today, if you came for the class today, you could disconnect at this point, because that's it. And a lot of us have not received the lessons on cultivating a strong sisterhood. We've been taught to cultivate a healthy marriage. How many times have we been taught, oh yeah, in a healthy marriage, and there's all of this back and forth about what a wife and a wife and a wife and a wife. What about the back and forths about a friend? What about the back and forths about a friend? What about the back and forths about a friendship? About what a good friendship looks like, what a healthy friendship looks like, what a healthy sisterhood looks like. I was saying earlier on my live that I was in a group on Facebook where it was nothing but Black women, and these were Black women who were looking for friends. It's like Black women over 40 looking for friends, Black women over 40 who want to travel, looking for these relationships because what? They don't exist, or they exist at a minimum level. It's not your ideal. It's not what you want. It's not what it could be. And that's because a lot of time is wasted. I think that at a certain point, we have to teach our children about the importance of energy and the importance of putting your energy into who you want to cultivate long-term relationships with that have nothing to do with sex and romance and love and etc. Just putting energy into relationships that are reciprocal relationships, relationships that actually nurture you, relationships where people look out for you. Like, I'm just going to spell some things out because these are the things that nobody said to me, but this is part of what my dream looks like. This is part of what my life looks like. This is part of the things that I'm cultivating. Relationships where people reach out to me to assist me in getting business, where my financial success is also tied to their financial success, where it's not either or, but it's a yes and. Yes, sis, and. That's my sis. She's selling X, Y, and Z. Let me go ahead and put y'all on. There's a personal investiture in it. And that's what I'm saying. So let me back. Let me back up because I got my notes here. And I'm literally, I have to be careful because I know that I am so passionate about this topic. Literally, you all, if I wrote a list, if I lined up all of the grievances that I've had when it comes to Black women, you would be shocked and appalled. You would be shocked. You would be shocked that I do the work that I do, because the work that I do is literally centered around community, sisterhood, Black women healing. That's my work. So if I sat down and wrote down all these instances of the times I've been stabbed in the back, disrespected, mistreated, discarded, if I wrote down all those times, you would be in a state of disbelief, because you would be like, well, how is she doing that? Like, what? Okay, right now, I have a group on WhatsApp. This group has been open for, I think, 5 years now. Only Black women. Only Black women. And in that group, you got Black women from every single piece of the world. You got Belize, you got Mexico, you got the US, you got Canada, you got UK, you got several countries in Africa. Like, and it's the whole purpose of the group is to really be in support, in love and in support of each other. Positive affirmations, uplift, positive thinking, positive thought, answers to questions. things of that nature. So if you're interested in being part of the community, definitely reach out. Definitely click the link. I'll probably have to drop the link in the description. But it's for Black women only. The work that I do is I don't work with no men, and I don't work with people of other races. I work with Black women. So if you're interested in joining the group, the community, definitely. So this is the thing with Black women. What I want you to know is your sisterhood is a relationship that will carry you through everything else. On that other live, I told you all the story about how I had that friend and I told her, don't call me, because she was very rude to me. I told her, don't call me when that nigga breaks your heart. Don't call me when he disrespects you. Don't call me when he have you crying. Damn, she called me when he had her crying. And that's about it. That's why I never put my man pedestal above and beyond the relationship that I have with my sister. And what's crazy is my man, the men that I've picked, because I have a strong picker. My picker is a good picker, baby. I got a good picker. So my men have always stayed by my side. It's these women out here who've really been the opposite for me. But my picker with women, my picker with friendships was a little bit more skewered because I had a very soft heart and I was always given benefits of the doubt. I was always giving people more credit than they needed to give. And at the time that I was picking these friendships, I would pick people based off of the potential that I saw in a sister. I would pick based off of her potential, based off of the vibe. You know, sometimes you click with a person and the vibe is so natural. You're like, oh yeah, like we could be cool, you know? But in reality, like obviously we're not on the same page, we're not on the same level, and this is not a relationship that is reciprocal. I keep stressing this word reciprocal because reciprocal is the main and the key ingredient in any relationship that you are cultivating. They need to keep that same energy. This is not a charitable donation. Your energy is not a charitable donation, because when you've used it all, you can't get it back. It don't work like that. Like when you are exhausted and tired, it doesn't just re-up like that. It doesn't just re-up. It's not like, oh, my energy is gone, I'm tired and I'm burnt out, and I could just, press a button and I re-up. No. Energy is it's not infinite, it's finite. There's a limit. There's a limit. Who knew? So your relationship should be giving. It should be giving. And the relationships that I entered into with women, with sisters, it was not, was not giving. And I have story after story after story after story. Y'all want to hear these bad stories? Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all want to hear these stories about all these? No. Nobody wants to hear that. Sometimes it's traumatic for me to even tell the story. Sometimes it's hard for me to even tell the story. Because it's like, wow, how could I have been that ignorant? How could I have been that blind? But the reality is that those stories were opportunities for me to learn lessons. I had to learn lessons from those experiences. And the biggest lessons that I've learned still remain the same, that your sister is the paramount relationship in your life. Your sister. And part of it is because we're looking at a life where as a human being, you incur wounding, you incur trauma, you incur damage. Okay, your feelings get hurt, your ego gets bruised, damage is done, etc., etc. In a woman's life, in a heterosexual woman's life, the men are doing the damage emotionally, right? In relationships, these men are doing damage. You have another set of damage and wounding coming from childhood trauma. Okay, these are the two biggest houses: romantic damage, family damage, right? But the question is, who does the cleanup work? Who does the healing work? Who's the person that comes in after the man has already hurt your feelings? It's your friend. It's your friend. So why wouldn't you pour into that relationship. Why wouldn't you take that relationship seriously? That relationship is probably the most important relationship when it comes to you. And not just for the purposes of heartbreak or anything like that, but literally, as Black women, we are indigenous women. We are indigenous to this earth. We are indigenous to human civilization. We are indigenous women. Again, mothers of civilization. Because we are mothers of civilization, that means that we are communal. Being indigenous means that you are communal. You're not individualistic. That is a patriarchal, that is a colonizer's mentality. That's white people shit. That's not our shit. We are not I and I for myself and me and what no, me, myself, and I. That's not our natural makeup. So from the time you hear one of us talking about me, myself, and I, it's unnatural. Something has happened that's coming as a result of trauma. That's not natural. It's not natural for you to be self-centered. It's not natural for you to be individualistic as a Black woman. No. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So if you are operating in any kind of semblance of me, myself, and I, that's not you. That's your master that has embedded some seeds deeply inside your soul. Okay, honey, I've been on a blocking spree. I watched one guy's video on TikTok, and this guy was like, I pre-block people. That's what he made a whole video about pre-blocking. And he's like, yeah, like sometimes I be scrolling the internet and I be seeing woo 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 or whatever, and I don't like it, so I just block that person because I don't even want them to have the possibility of coming on my post with that same energy. And ever since he said that, the heavens opened up, the sun started to shine, the sky started to sing sweet songs, the birds started to chirp, and I too became someone who preemptively blocks. So now, baby, I block. Okay, I just saw a young lady write on her Threads post that she had the nerve to tag Target and write, "Oh, I was never on no Target boycott." I don't know if you know, but Target has lost billions of dollars ever since they canceled DEI because Black people started boycotting Target. We not with that. We not with that. So we boycotted Target, okay? And they've lost billions since we've started doing that. And so she had the nerve to make a post and say, "Oh, I never boycotted Target. I'm in there 2 to 3 times a week." Guess what, sis? Blocked. Blocked. Respectfully blocked. Because I'm not with it. We are in a precarious time. If you are not with me, you are against me. If you are not with us, you are against us. If you are not with us, you are against us. We don't have time anymore, you all. Whatever it is, it's here. Whatever it is. So now is really the time to get your house in order. The relationships that mean something to you, the sisterhoods that have meant something to you over the years that are worth it, those are the people that you need to take along with you as you rise into this new age. Those are those people who come with the same energy, those people who come with the reciprocation. Those are the people, those are your people. Those are your people. I remember when I was young. Hold on. I remember when I was young, I used to get a lot of heat for being me. My son is abroad, so I'm going to definitely answer his phone calls. I'm going to definitely make sure he has what he needs. But I used to get a lot of heat for being me when I was younger. Like a lot of heat. A lot of heat. And people like to complain, oh, she's too loud or you're too loud. They like to complain about just about everything. Fine. And there was a short period of time in my life where I was like, well, maybe I need to change the way I'm doing myself. Maybe I need to do me a little differently. You know, I don't have to do it in this way. Maybe I should try a different route. You know, even though I was organically being myself, I was organically being me. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I should not be organic. Maybe I should be fake like everybody else in this world. Because apparently, the real me is stepping on so many toes. I mean, it sounds faulty because it was a faulty idea. Like, why would I want to be anything else but myself? But whatever. People tell you to be yourself and then they have a hard time with you being yourself. So I started to think that way, right? And then right around the time that I was thinking about changing some essential pieces of who I am, I met this group of people. And the group of people that I met, they were just so in love with who I am. They were so in love with who I am. And they were so in love with who I am that they would always just pour into me and nurture me and love on me and tell me, like, yo, you're amazing. You know, you're amazing. And part of me being the person that you see on your screen is me actually coming into a state of my life where I just started radically accepting myself. Like, I'm not playing that game. Like, it's me. It is what it is, right? But these people, they really encouraged me to be myself. And there was a quote that one of them told me, and I still remember it to this day. It was a Dr. Seuss quote. The quote was like, "Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind." You can drop the mic on that. Hello. Hi, honey. How are you? I'm on live right now. Yeah. Okay, love you. Peace. So that's one of my closest friends in the world. Like the closest friend in the world. I don't think that I have another close friend in the world. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Right there, who just called me. I sent my daughter there to her house when my daughter was having her 16th birthday. I sent my daughter there. Close friend, sister, not even a friend at this point, sister. You know, one of the things about your sisters is that those are the people you choose. You chose that person. Your family, you didn't choose them. You didn't choose them. You didn't come and say, oh, let me see the pictures. Okay, I choose that one. Okay, what about cousins? Let me choose that one. You didn't choose them, but you're the person that you choose to be in this life with, the person that you choose to be in relationship with. It has to be a reciprocity. It has to be some respect. It has to be some love. It has to be. All those things have to be present. Otherwise, what is it worth? What is it worth? What is it worth? So, again, I can go on and on and on about this particular topic. I realized that I have been on live already for 25 minutes. I said I was going to do a 20-minute live, and here I am still talking about this because I don't think that the sisters are hearing me in the back. Black women, we are all we got. We are all we got. Respectfully.